Now, in this lecture, we're going to talk about how to value multifamily. This equation blew my mind. Value equals net operating income divided by the market cap rate. Let that sink in. It's very powerful. Once again, how is multifamily valued? Value equals net operating income, NOI, divided by the market cap rate. The NOI is the income minus the expense. Both the income, both the expense is in your control. The market cap rate is out of your control and depends on which market you're in. This is why multifamily is so powerful with forced appreciation, because you have full control over the net operating income. So what is the net operating income? The NOI equals the income minus the expense. The expense does not include the debt service. So what you need to get the NOI is get the income per year, get the expense per year, and from there you can calculate the net operating income. And remember, it does not include the debt service. So how do I find the net operating income? You can ask the owner, the broker, for a trailing 12 or a T12. This is essentially a profit and loss statement for the past 12 months. If you start saying T12 to brokers and owners, they will take you very seriously because you know their lingo. And next, how can I increase the net operating income? You can increase the income, you can reduce the expense. Remember, these two things are within your full control. What is the market cap rate? The cap rate is calculated by dividing a property's net operating income by the current market value. This ratio, expressed as a percentage, is an estimation of an investor's potential return on a real estate investment. The cap rate is the most useful as a comparison of the relative value of similar real estate investments. Cap rates can range from 2 to 10%, and it is market specific. California is a 2-cap market, and Oklahoma is an 8-cap market. You can learn this by talking with brokers, looking at appraisal reports. I will go over this in multiple modules later. Let's dumb down what cap rates are. So the higher the cap rate, the more income you will make. The lower the cap rate, the less income you will make. Let's go over two examples. California is a 2-cap market. That means apartment complexes are less likely to cash flow in California. In Oklahoma, it's an 8-cap market. In this case, apartment complexes are more likely to cash flow in Oklahoma. Now you're probably asking yourself, how do I figure out the market cap rate? Easy. Just talk to real estate brokers on LoopNet. You can just search up the state that you're in, find some broker contact information, and reach out to them and ask. The worst they will tell you is no, or they won't give you any information at all. But at the end of the day, it's free information. All it takes is your effort to call multiple brokers. Next, you can talk to lenders and ask. Lenders have a lot of data. They have a lot of databases, especially the national lenders like Chase, Bank of the West, Wells Fargo. Leverage your lenders and ask. And next, you can Google. Google knows everything. What is the market cap rate for your state? What is the market cap rate for Oklahoma? What is the market cap rate for California? And when you Google it, something will pop up. And lastly, appraisal reports will provide a cap rate as well. I mean, to get an appraisal report, that means that you close on a property, but moving forward after the first property, you know exactly what the market cap rate is based on the appraisal report. That's what I mean by real estate gets easier and easier the more you own. So let me show you the power of Google. I literally Googled in Google Chrome, what is the market cap rate in Oklahoma? And this is the first thing that popped up. The cap rate in Oklahoma City is 7.6%, slightly higher than the regional average of 7.3%, and the national average is 7.4%. So what this tells me is that Oklahoma City is more of a cash flow market, and that's why I'm specifically investing there. But this is how easy it is to find a market cap rate. I told you it wouldn't be that hard. So repetition is key. Value equals net operating income divided by the market cap rate. This equation is very powerful and is used to value multifamily. How can I increase the value of multifamily using this equation? You can increase the net operating income. How do you do that? You can increase the income. You can raise the rents. You can charge rent for having pets. You can charge rent for having a reserved parking spot. You can charge for laundry income. You can charge for almost anything. You can reduce expenses. You can install water efficient toilets, water efficient shower heads. You can hire cheaper landscaping. There's so many things that you can do to increase your income and reduce your expenses. These are both within your control. And next, you can decrease the cap rate. This is done by improving the property through renovations. For example, you can improve a property from a C class to a B class apartment complex. If you follow the right renovations, you can emulate what the B class apartments offer. And once you do that, it can help you lower from a C class cap rate, which may be higher, and lower it to a B class cap rate. So if you lower your denominator, it increases the value. If you increase your numerator, it increases your value. So once you master this equation, that's all it is, basic math. And next, there's natural market appreciation. As the market appreciates in value, a good example is Austin, Texas. It's a hot market right now. It's definitely appreciating in value. The cap rates are going down. If the cap rates go down and you own a property from 10 years ago in Austin, Texas, you just decrease your denominator and that will increase your value. That's the power of apartment complex investing. So now let's focus on how can I increase the net operating income. Remember, the net operating income is in your control. So let's focus on increasing the income first. Remember, net operating income equals income minus expense. You can raise the rents to market value. A lot of off-market deals, the mom and pop owner haven't raised rents in 3 to 5 years. By not raising rents, it hasn't raised the value of the apartment complex. So when you take over as the new owner, you can raise the rents immediately or when the leases end and immediately increase the value of the apartment complex you just purchased. Next, you can charge pet rent. It's okay to have a cat and a dog, but you must pay an additional security deposit. You must pay an additional $25 to $50 per month, as an example, in order to have your pet. So if you take $50 a month for a dog times 50 units times 12 months, that's how much you increase your NOI. Divide that by the cap rate, that's how much you increased your value. You can rent out parking spaces. If people want covered parking, you can charge for that. If people want to rent out parking garages and have more privacy and protection, they can rent it out and pay an extra 50 to 100 bucks a month. Same concept. You can add storage units to rent out. This is very popular. If your apartment complex has some extra land, some extra grass, you can install metal storage containers that cost maybe $2,000 to $3,000. Split those containers and rent them out to your tenants. Some people downsized from a big home and they have a lot of stuff and they're using self-storage anyways. They might as well be paying you, and as they pay you, that will increase your NOI. You can bill back the water expenses. It's very common for the landlord to cover water, sewer, and trash, but you can bill it back at a fixed rate. For example, in California, if the apartment I live in, if it's one person, they bill back $50. If it's two people, they bill back $75. If it's three people, they bill back $100. So that's how you can decrease your expenses or increase your income. Next, you can add additional amenities. Remember, C-class apartment complexes do not have many amenities. But if you add a dog park, a playground, I mean, what's a dog park? A dog park is essentially artificial turf and 4 fences. That is not expensive to make, but dog owners love it, and dog owners are willing to pay pet rent, and that's how you can raise rents. Next, you can add a washer and dryer into each unit and charge $50 a month for that washer and dryer unit extra in rent. So imagine you buy a washer and dryer for $600, and if you charge an extra $50 per month, you'll make back your money in a year. And that's not including the forced appreciation of the apartment complex. And next, you can add coin or card laundry machines. So there's so many different ways to increase the net operating income, and this is just scratching the surface. So next, let's focus on decreasing the expenses. Some common low-hanging fruit is switch the lighting in common areas to LED. LED lights are very energy efficient, and they will reduce your expense. You can monitor your water meters to ensure consumption is steady. If you see any spike in your water bill, that may indicate a leak, and you can be proactive. Some tenants will live with a leaky faucet, a leaky bathtub for 1 to 2 years and never tell you, and you're literally throwing money down the drain. Next is have low maintenance landscaping. This is very popular in Southern California because it's a drought here. You want drought resistant plants that are very easy to maintain. Next, you want to ask for new quotes on insurance every year. Every year, you will work with your insurance broker to get requoted to see if the current insurance policy you have is indeed the cheapest and the most effective insurance policy for you. And lastly, you can install water efficient toilets and shower heads to reduce water usage. If you reduce water usage, it will save you money. Even if you bill back the water, the fact that you reduce your expense will save you money, which will increase the net operating income, which will increase the value of the apartment complex. So let's talk about a value equals NOI divided by cap rate example. So let's just do a quick value calculation. Your NOI is 100,000. You can find this easily on a T12. The market cap rate is an 8 cap market. Once again, you can Google this to figure out what your market cap is. And to do the value, you take 100,000 divided by 8%. It's worth $1.25 million. Now let's just say I raise the rent of all 20 units by $50 a month. How much will the value of the apartment complex increase, assuming an 8 cap market? Once again, very basic math. 20 units times $50 a month times 12 months, that's $12,000 increase in NOI. My NOI increased by $12,000. 8 cap market. So now you do the math. Additional value equals 12,000 divided by 8%. I just forced $150,000 of appreciation just by raising the rents by $50 a month. This is the power of multifamily real estate. That is why you must always raise rents every year in multifamily. Do not leave any meat on the bone. You must always raise your rents every year. So multifamily has cash flow and appreciation. In residential real estate, 1 to 4 units, you either have cash flow or appreciation. Like for me, I have single family homes in California, it's only appreciation. I also own a single family home in Alabama, it's just cash flow, no appreciation. In multifamily, you have cash flow and appreciation. How? How is that possible to have my cake and eat it too? Well, if you increase the rents, you will increase the income, you will increase the net operating income, and you will increase the value based on the equation. This is crazy. This is why once you learn about multifamily and apartment complexes, you will never buy a single family home ever again.